Good morning, everyone. In less than 10 minutes, we're going to tackle one of the questions in IELTS reading. This is passage 3. This is probably one of the most difficult texts or passages that you're going to come across during IELTS reading section. Let's get started and see how easy it is to do it. So today we're going to deal with passage 3. So when I see passage 3, I know it is probably going to be an argumentative essay where there are probably writers or scientists and they express their opinions. This makes this passage the most difficult in the IELTS test. So let's see how we're going to deal with this one. I only read the title as usual, as I told you before, The Future of Work. And then I know it's going to talk about work in the future or jobs in the future. I go immediately to the questions. I do not waste my time reading. I don't have time, right? So these are questions 27 to 30. This is a multiple choice question. So when I see a multiple choice question, as you can see here, I know that I'm going to probably use elimination. Remember, we talked about this. This is the best technique to use in multiple choice questions, either in reading or in listening. So I know that I'm going to try to omit or delete some of the choices that are probably not the right ones. So let's see how we do that. I go to the question, choose the correct letter in boxes 27 to 30 on your answer sheet. I'm going to choose one answer only. So the first paragraph, this is number 27. The first paragraph tells us about, okay, I know from this question that I'm going to deal with paragraph 1 only. So I'm going to look for the answer in paragraph 1. I know that I need to find the main idea. That's it. So when I know that I'm looking for a main idea, I would probably find it in the first 2 lines or the last 2 lines in the paragraph. This is a very important thing. It's going to save your life and save your time during the IELTS reading section. So I look through the options very quickly. Please pause the video, look at the options because I'm going to go back to the paragraph now. So I go through these options here, the kinds of jobs that will be most affected by the growth of AI. AI is the name of something. I don't need to worry. I'm going to probably find an explanation in the passage, but it is artificial intelligence. You know, when you talk about robots and so on, this is similar to that. The extent to which AI will change the nature of the work that people do, the proportion of the world's labor force who will have jobs in AI in the future, and the difference between ways that embodied and disembodied AI will impact on workers. Let's see. So I look at paragraph 1. I focus on the first 2 lines and the last 2 lines. Now notice this paragraph is only 2 sentences here, so the answer could be either in sentence 1 or 2. I'm just going to read the first one first. According to a leading business consultancy, 3 to 14% of the global workforce will need to switch to a different occupation within the next 10 to 15 years. And all workers will need to adapt as their occupations evolve, etc. Okay? And of course, this is because of AI, artificial intelligence, if you keep reading. So they talk about a percentage of people that are going to change jobs because of artificial intelligence. I go down, I'll look for my options here. So let's see the options that we have here. The kinds of jobs that will be most affected by the growth of artificial intelligence. They didn't mention the types of jobs. They said jobs in general. So this is eliminated. Let's go to D. The difference between ways that embodied and disembodied AI will impact on workers. I've seen these 2 words. Now, there is a nice rule. If you see exactly the same words or almost the same sentence, be careful. Do not fall into that trap. There's a big chance this is not the correct answer. I look at C, the proportion of the world's labor force who will have jobs in AI. They mentioned the proportion, a percentage, but it's not of how many people are going to have jobs in AI. It's actually the percentage of people who are going to be affected and because of AI will change their jobs. So let's go to the last one that we have, which is B. So let's read B now. The extent to which artificial intelligence will alter the nature of the work that people do. Alter, it means change. Okay. And if I go back to the paragraph, this sounds similar to what was mentioned. I go back again. So 3 to 14% of the global workforce, that is the jobs in general, will need to switch, which is the word alter, to change to a different occupation, to a different job. So these people working in these jobs are going to change their jobs during these years because of artificial intelligence. So the correct answer is B. Let's move to the next one now. Question 28 now. According to the second paragraph, I underline second, what is Stella Pashidi's view of the knowledge economy? So I have Stella Pashidi, that's going to make my life easier looking for that name, and knowledge economy. So they want to know the meaning of knowledge economy according to this person who might be a scientist or a thinker or an economist, I don't know. So let's go back after I read, of course, these options. So I'm going to go back to paragraph 2, the second paragraph, and see what Stella Pashidi has talked about or what she gave as a definition of knowledge economy. So Stella Pashidi's name is here, and she defines knowledge economy. This is the definition in the back, which is what? Fundamental changes happening as a result of algorithmication of jobs. Okay, so this is because these jobs depend on data rather than on production. I go back again to the choices and see which one suits this definition best. So let's look at these one. Again, elimination. It is having an influence on the number of jobs available. They didn't talk about that at all. It is changing people's attitudes towards their occupation. Not really. They didn't talk about attitudes, did they? Okay, it is the main reason why the production sector is declining. Did they mention that the number of products or there's a general decrease in producing or production? Not really. Let's look at the last one. It is a key factor driving current developments in the workplace. Okay, that sounds similar. So it is a key factor. So it is an influence, as was mentioned in the paragraph, driving current developments in the workplace. Let's go back to the paragraph. Now, notice here, it is okay to keep coming or going back and forth between the paragraph and the question. This is okay. So let's see this here again. What did they say? They talked about fundamental changes are happening as a result of algorithmication. So this is algorithmication of jobs that are dependent on data rather than on production. So this is called what? Knowledge economy. So it is what? It is something that causes changes, which means it is a factor, and changes what? In the jobs that depend on data rather than production. So it seems to me that D, a key factor driving current developments in the workplace, yes, it is causing jobs or changes in jobs. So this is the right definition, or this is the right meaning, or how she looks at knowledge economy. So I'm going to choose D. Now let's go to the next one. Now moving to question 29, what did Pashidi observe at the telecommunications company? Okay, so I've got some keywords here. Pashidi, again, she observed or she saw something or noticed something at a company of telecommunications. I go and read these texts quickly. Staff disagreeing with the recommendations. Staff feeling resentful, it means hating that thing about the intrusion of artificial intelligence. Staff making sure that artificial intelligence produces the result they want, or staff allowing artificial intelligence to carry out tasks they ought to do themselves. So they're leaving the robots or the computer do their job. So let's see which option sounds best. Now, remember, wherever you stop, when you find the answer, you have to go back to the same place and keep looking for the second or the next question. So if I look through here, I cannot see staff. I cannot see how they feel about artificial intelligence. So I'm going to start from here. In many cases, now look at this. This is a quote. And it says here, says Pashidi. So this is what she observed, what she noticed. So in many cases, they can outperform humans. They do better than humans. Organizations are attracted to using algorithms because they want to make choices based on what they consider is perfect information, as well as to reduce costs and enhance productivity. Did they mention here anything about staff and how they feel or how they deal with artificial intelligence? Not really. So I'm going to move to the next paragraph now. Pashidi and colleagues even observed people developing strategies to make algorithm work to their own advantage. That's similar. We are seeing cases where workers feed the algorithm with false data to reach their targets. So they want actually to do it for their own benefit or for their own advantage. So the correct answer is as we have chosen here, which is C. Let's move to the next one now. So for question 30 now, in his recent published research, Iwan Magogi, so this guy did something in his recent research. Let's see. Did he challenge the idea that redundancy is a negative thing? So I'm just going to underline the keywords. Shows the profound effect of mass unemployment on society. Did he talk about that? Highlights some differences between past and future job losses. Not sure. And the last one, illustrates. It means gives examples on how changes in the job market can be successfully handled. Let's go back to the paragraph. So I will go back to the paragraph now and see where I would find something related to Iwan Magogi and his most recent published research. So I scan through very quickly from where I stopped. Okay, so I stopped here. I'm going to go down very, very quickly and look for this guy. Okay, I find here a name which is Hamish Lowe, which is not, of course, the same guy we're looking for. And here is Dr. Iwan Magogi. Let's see how we do it. So where is the most recently published research mentioned? So I go through it very quickly and then I can see it here. His recently published research answers the question of whether automation, AI, and robotics will mean a jobless future by looking at the causes of unemployment. So what does he say about it? History is clear. This is very important. This is where he says his opinion. History is clear that change can mean redundancies, but social policies can tackle this through retraining and redeployment. Okay, so although there will be some redundancies, but they're going to do what? They're going to retrain people so that they can maybe switch jobs or do something different when this artificial intelligence takes their job. Let's go back to the choices now. So let's see here in this question, in his recently published research, Iwan Magogi, what did he do or what did he say? Challenges the idea that redundancy is a negative thing. Now, the word redundancy itself is mentioned, but it's not the main idea. And this choice is not related. Again, when you see the same exact words, do not be fooled and do not jump into conclusion that this is the correct answer. So I'm going to skip this one. B, shows the profound effect of mass unemployment on society. He didn't talk about people getting unemployed or losing their jobs and how it affects society, not here. C, highlights some differences between past and future job losses. He didn't talk about that. And the last one, illustrates, it means gives examples or explains how changes in the job market can be successfully handled. Okay, so did they do something about it and fixed that problem? Again, I go back to the text. Social policies can tackle this, deal with that through retraining and redeployment. So what is that? So they would retrain these people and deal with the problem. And this is how they become successful, or they actually fix the problem and the job market can be successfully handled. It's the same meaning, but using different words, as you can see. So I would choose D. As you have seen today, we have managed to answer a multiple choice question in passage 3, the most difficult, in a very short time. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it. And it would be nice if you leave a nice comment for me below, or if you have any questions, you can always talk to me on WhatsApp. So just text me if you want to, if you have further questions. Take a good care. Bye.